Welcome to For the Bat, the Gotham podcast, your guide to TV show Gotham and all things Batman. I am Phil, Kelly and Tyler couldn't be here today, but that's okay because we have very, very special guests. We're making sure you're on your best behavior because we have actress Leslie Hendrix, who plays Catherine, the head of the Court of Owls. Hello.
Hello, darling. I'm much nicer in real life.
I hope so. I would hope so. How do I want to start this? I guess I always start with most people. When did you first realize that you wanted to go into acting?
Oh, golly. When I was in junior high school. That's the first time I was in 8th grade. And that was the first time that I got up the guts to take a drama class. And we did a play called The Bells of Horsefly Gulch. And I still remember this. Jeez Louise. And I played a character named Hepzibah. And as soon as I got on stage and I got my first laugh, I went, oh, this is where I'm supposed to be. Oh, I'm supposed to do this. Okay, got it. I mean, it's that gut feeling of, oh, I'm home. Okay. After, I mean, you know what middle school is like, or it certainly was like for me, and I can't believe I'm so unique that it was only like this for me, where you just feel like, who am I? And I'm so clumsy, and I hate being in my own skin, and I want to be that person. I want to be that person, or whatever.
Yeah, I think that's most of us.
I think so too. And so some people are just better at hiding it than others. People don't talk about it when it's going on at the time. But so to get on a stage and to know in my bones I'm good at this was huge. And from then on, I really didn't have much interest in anything else. I just wanted to get up on a stage and talk and get laughs. Oh, golly, that was glorious. So, yeah, 13.
Well, hey, I mean, you have the talent, and, a lot of people don't know, especially at that young age, what they want to be. I think that's great that you knew exactly where you wanted to go.
Yep.
Before we get into Gotham, I wanted to say, I was a big fan of yours on, many different versions of Law and Order.
Oh, you're so dear. Thank you.
Well, I mean, you're such a good actress. I mean, until like right before I contacted you, I didn't even realize you were the same person, from Gotham as, I was like, that's the same actress. I'm like, wow.
Excellent. Yay. Well, I'll tell you, honestly, most people, I don't get recognized very often. But when people hear my voice, more often than not, they will go, do I know you? And then, and then they'll put the pieces together and go, oh my God, yeah. Yeah, I was her.
Yeah, your voice does sound familiar, but I mean, it speaks to your skill that, on the, Gotham, you have like that more menacing, that lower menacing voice, but, and Law and Order was kind of different.
Yep.
But,
totally different people.
So
yep.
I'm sure Law and Order, it's fun to do, but is it a pain in the butt to memorize like all that? Was it a pain in the butt to memorize all that medical jargon?
Weirdly, I mean, sometimes it definitely was, because sometimes it would be a mouthful. And what was more challenging, actually, was that, once I would get on set, it'd be like, okay, I've got all the words in my head. I know what they mean. And I really did. I mean, I would go ahead and I would research and find out what exactly am I saying here. The challenge most often would be if the director said, okay, you're going to be doing this, washing your hands, and then go over there on this line, and then go over here and do this on this line. And I would suddenly go, oh my God, you mean I have to move while I'm talking? And that would totally rewire my brain, and I would like fritz out sometimes. But weirdly, most of the lines in the 19 years that I did it, most of the lines that I would flub would be, everyday normal talk. Um, it wouldn't be about some, petechial hemorrhaging and yada, yada, yada. It would be close the door on your way out, that kind of thing, where I would blow it. So yeah, I believe that my Shakespearean training helped me to deal with the med speak. And I studied, believe it or not, I studied Latin for a while in high school. So that kind of helped.
That's good. Yeah. So maybe like the harder part would be, because you did seem sarcastic at times there. So it's like, it was the hard part, like, don't crack a smile, don't laugh.
No, because no. Listen, when I first got that job, how old was I? 32. And I had not done any television. So I didn't know what the heck I was doing. And I was scared unto death. So the first time I did it, certainly, I was just trying to keep my cool, remember my words, and I think it came off as kind of sarcastic, or maybe not sarcastic, but, down to business-like.
Mm-hmm.
Don't mess with me. I got a job to do. I got to do it. And the writers took that and ran with it. God bless them. Rene Balsay, in particular, Rogers is his baby. So he took that trait of mine and expanded on it, and it turned into this great part-time job, man. Just how awesome. and I had no idea when I first got that gig. I had no idea that it was going to last that long, or that it was even more than a one-time shot. So yeah, nothing but good. Just fabulous.
Oh, yeah, it sounds like a really fun gig.
Yeah, it was great.
But now you're Catherine on Gotham. I mean, how does it feel to be like the big, criminal mastermind behind this big plan?
It's pretty fabulous, I gotta tell you. Nasty people are so much more fun to play than nice people. And it had been a long time, and certainly I've never played a villain of any sort on television. So to be able to play somebody with a whole hell of a lot of power, who pulls the strings, or is at least one of the string pullers, has been a blast. It's been so much fun.
I know you said no spoilers, but how far have you finished filming the season?
Yeah, I've finished for the season. Mm-hmm. There's still a couple of weeks to go for before the season totally wraps. Mm. But I just finished my own a couple of weeks ago.
So you know where your character goes for the rest of the season.
Well, you know what? It's interesting. It's interesting because I don't have scripts of the shows that I'm not in. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. So things are left a certain way, and I'm like, okay, well, let's see how that goes. And so we'll see how that goes. When the season starts up again and we start shooting again, we'll see where it goes. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, sorry. Do you get people in your personal life like trying to ask you, like, oh, what's coming up? What's coming up on Gotham?
Oh, constantly. Constantly. So, can you tell me anything? So, it's like, nope. I'll show you what I wore today.
No.
Here. Look at what my hair looks like today. Whee! But no, I don't tell anybody anything. Because I have been in the past the person who has sought out spoilers for shows that I dig, and inevitably I'm bummed that I succumbed to that temptation to spoil it for myself, because it's just so much more fun when you don't know what's going on. If you're gonna ride this roller coaster, part of the fun, a large part of the fun, is not knowing what hill or what drop is coming next. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. I think it's fun just to sit around with your friends and speculate.
Oh, absolutely. It's a blast. So yeah, and then to find out, okay, who who came closest to hitting the bullseye on the target when you finally see the show, it's like, okay.
But before you came on, were you familiar at all with Batman or Gotham or any of it?
Oh yeah, I'm. I tend to be reticent as far as calling myself a geek, but another friend of mine who is heavily into the geek says, "No, you're a geek, honey."
No.
Because I play video games and most of them, are like Arkham Asylum and that kind of stuff. I've never finished a single one. But yeah, I do that dive. So I was familiar. And in fact, weirdly enough, my kid, right before I got the audition for Gotham, my kid shoved, the Court of Owls in my hand. Yeah. He goes, I just read this. Oh my God, this is so badass. You have to read this, Mom. You'll really like it. And I went, yeah, well, okay, all right. I'll put down my Walking Dead for a while and let me read this. So I sat down and I read it and I went, that was fun. That was awesome. So I ran out and got City of Owls and read it and then handed it over to the kid and went, yeah, this is really cool. Read it. And then the next thing I know, I mean, literally within days, boop, I get this audition. And on the breakdown, it doesn't say anything about the court. It doesn't tell you who this woman is, except in the most generic terms. But when I read the scene, I went, I think I know who this person is. I know, right? So when I went in, I felt a level of, I don't know, like calm in my gut that somehow it was like, yeah, I think I know who this person is, and this is how I would like to play her. And yippee, it worked.
That makes me so happy when I hear like people who are fans actually get to work on here,
Oh, sweetie, absolutely. Listen, every single day that I'm on set and something cool happens, I'm like a 15-year-old who is, and I look around at everybody else going, isn't this cool? Why aren't you geeking out like I am? Oh my God, this is so badass. I can't believe I'm watching this. Oh my God. I find it thrilling. There is no more fabulous job for a geek of any stripe than to be able to work on a show that you geek out over.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I love it. I love it. Love it.
I know. You must really be geeking out because I mean, Gotham's like a prequel, but you're just like, oh my God, I'm like an enemy of Batman.
Dude, yeah, for real. It's so excellent. And the fact that too, working on the show, every department on the show has got it so together, is at the top of their game. Every single, I mean, the world and the look that they have, excuse me, that they have developed is exquisite. It is a thing of beauty. It's a work of art. I mean, it really is. It's just absolutely gorgeous. To stand, waiting to shoot a scene and looking at the monitors and seeing how it actually looks on camera, is jaw-dropping. I mean, it really is. It's just beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah, I am in awe of everyone, every department on that show. The work that they do is stunning. Yeah.
You could tell the work and the care and goes into that show just by watching it. And we've talked to people from the show before, and they just say, how great it is and how great the people are to work with. And
yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, that's actually, that's the best part of it is that, besides the geek out factor, and the admiration for the skill and craft that is presented, it's always weird when you go to work on a different show, when you are the person coming in. Every show is different. Every vibe is different. Sometimes you feel like an intruder. Sometimes you feel like, I'm sorry I'm here. I got hired to do this. I don't mean to screw up your thing. Um, Gotham, the second I stepped on there, everybody, and I'm not blowing smoke. This is no lie. A group of the nicest, most friendly, welcoming, generous people that I have ever had the pleasure of working with. Ever. Everybody wants to be there. Nobody is bitching and moaning about, having to be at work that day. I mean, people get tired because things happen, and sometimes shoots go late, or sometimes you're outside and the weather is brutal, and all the things you got to deal with on every show that you work on. Mm-hmm. But consistently across the board, the actors, the directors, the crew, what a great crew, everyone, hair, makeup, wardrobe, they enjoy what they do. They love what they do, and they have created an environment that is lovely and warm and welcoming and supportive and positive. I really have never experienced anything like that, like I have on this show. It's a joy. It's a joy. It really is.
Yeah, we've heard that from other people, and that again makes me so happy that a show I enjoy that actually there's like good people behind it, and there's not any like drama or any negativity.
Yeah, not at all.
But what was like what would you say is like maybe your favorite moment filming the show? Or
oh boy, oh golly, I couldn't really name one because there have been so many of them that have just tickled the hell out of me. And when the show comes back, you'll see a lot of them. The first half of the season, it was a little drop here and there. You know what I mean? Catherine would just, hey, remember her? Here she is again. La, la, la. Don't forget. I must say that working with the people that I've worked with on the show, that's been the most lovely thing. Hanging with David that first day and yakking at him in a grandmotherly / evil queen sort of way. Working with Robin. Oh my goodness. What a doll. What a sweetheart. That guy, Robin, is just a doll. An absolute, I could bawl. He is such a dear, sweet man. Some of the technical things that I have seen have been like jaw dropping. And you'll see them. So I really couldn't name one in particular. Although there are a couple of things that are coming up when the show returns in April that, when they happen, I'll tweet.
Oh yeah. Like you said, we got little drips and drabs of you in the first half. So we're going to get a lot more Catherine in the second half of the season. Yeah.
Catherine starts working it a bit.
Oh, that seems like a fun thing. Cause, you get to work the character of Bruce and like his evil double. And
now, what do you call the evil double Bruce? I've heard so many different names for the evil double Bruce. They just tickle the hell out of me, all of them.
I think we were calling him Clone Bruce for a while. Thought we had another name. I can't remember. But yeah, I've heard quite a few myself, and it's just funny.
Yeah, my favorite before his hair got cut was Yanni Bruce. Or Emo Bruce.
Oh yes, yeah. I've heard that. Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't wait to see what you're up to in the second half of the season.
It's fun. Things get rolling.
I don't know what I'd rather see, like you getting your hands dirty, like pulling guns or something, or just like barking orders behind the scenes. I don't know what would be better.
Well, it's funny. Catherine doesn't much need to. What I've liked so much about playing Catherine is that she is not the grab a gun and shoot everybody up kind of fella. She doesn't need to, because people with all the power have other people to do that for them, and they don't need to raise their voice. They don't need to, no. People who have all the cards just get to be calm and sit back and let you know how it is,
Mm-hmm.
There's something very menacing about that ooh, I love.
Mm. Listen to her. She's menacing, folks. But yeah, I wanted to ask you, what is like your favorite Batman story? It could be comics, it could be a movie, it could be even one of the games. What's like your favorite interpretation of Batman?
um, ding, 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 ding.
No.
Well, you know what? I gotta say, the thing that popped up into my head immediately is, oh, frack. What was the name of it? I'm sorry. My brain is like a sieve, and I'm having trouble coming up with the name of the movie. Is it The Dark Knight?
Yeah, yeah, the second Christian Bale one, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's very good.
Yeah, I really did. I went and saw that movie a couple of times in the theater, and then I bought it. At first I was like, what is Heath Ledger doing with this Joker? What's the story with this? And I'll tell you, within half an hour of watching that movie, I went, this is so freaking brilliant. Mm-hmm. Oh, I love this movie so much. I love that movie. Loved it. And I loved how how it was so dark.
Yes.
You know, Batman to me is not, I mean, I grew up watching Batman on television. Okay. So I have that memory in my head, and that was really comic booky, silly, pow, bang, smash. But there's a darkness to Batman. Just given his origin, you know what I mean? And I loved how that movie in particular, it just, boom, it went there. So, yeah, I like a dark Batman.
Oh, yeah, so do I.
Yeah.
But I don't have too much more, but the one thing I did want to ask you is, I mean, we're living in like a golden age. We have like all this like superhero TV and movies. And is there any other like show or movie you think you would love to be a part of?
The Walking Dead.
Oh, yes.
Dude, oh my God. I am the biggest fangirl for The Walking Dead, who practically ever trod this planet. Mm-hmm. I from the moment, and I kind of went after it backwards. Mm-hmm. The show came on, and I have never been a horror movie fan. I have never been a zombie fan. Mm-hmm. Any of the Living Dead movies. No, thank you. I'd prefer not to see that. Ew. Mm-hmm. I'm not one for gore or yuck or anything like that. But what intrigued me about, well, first off, the pilot, the series, the first episode of the series is flippin' brilliant. And I knew right from the beginning, I went, this is so compelling, and this is about the people.
Yes.
There is an emotional core to this. The zombies are the problem, but the story is about the people. And then after watching that pilot, I got the first compendium. I started reading all of the books, and I've got them all now. In fact, I've got the last 3 sitting here next to my bed that I've got to reread, so I can fully get up to speed. And once I got into the comics, then the television show ride became even more fun for me, because I like the way that it will veer off from what the comics, from the story that the comics present. I actually like the fact that they throw in new characters, or that all of a sudden, oh, this death belonged to so-and-so, but they gave it to so-and-so. Mm-hmm. Or, wait a minute, he was supposed to be alive for much longer than he was. Or, you know, I like that it keeps me guessing that way. I get such a kick out of it. So yeah, that's another dream geek gig that I would adore to have, to be on TWD.
Oh yeah, I could see that, because I my journey was like just about the same. I binged the first season, I started the second season, then I bought the compendiums and got up to date, and now I'm buying the comics every month when they come out. Yeah, the exact same way. And oh yeah, I would love to see you on screen with Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Oh my. I got to tell you the season 7 first episode.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about you, but it messed me up. I was demolished over that one.
Oh, I don't think I breathed that whole hour.
Oh my God. I couldn't. I had a friend who watched it over again.
Mm-hmm.
Then the following night, I went, dude, I don't think I could ever. There are a couple of episodes in that series that I don't think I can ever watch again. That one, and sorry if I'm spoiling for anybody, but plug your ears right now. When Lori dies.
Mm.
Back in season 4, was that? I believe it was season 4.
Yeah, 3 or 4, yeah.
Yeah. Those 2 episodes just messed me up bad. So I can't watch those anymore.
Like I mean, as the professional, can you even imagine just filming that episode? That's season 7 premiere.
Oh my God. Yeah. I can imagine it, and I imagine that. I mean, besides the fact that, okay, we're outside, it's night, we're dealing, with all this stuff, but the emotional train wrecks that they all must have been.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, oh Lord. Because when you work with people for so long,
oh yeah,
they become family, and it's like a couple of members of your family having their heads bashed in.
And just like in the middle of the night, it's not even like the middle of the day. It's like the middle of the night. And...
Right. Yeah. Kudos to everybody for getting through that.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I think that's all I had. But thank you very much. But now that I know that you're a geek like the rest of us, I mean, I do a couple different podcasts, like Marvel stuff, DC stuff. I'm gonna have to keep your name handy. I'm like, oh, what does she think about this? What does she think about this?
Well, now here's the thing, though. As I said, I am not deep into the geek. Like, I know nothing about the Marvel universe, and I know nothing really about the rest of the DC universe. My interests are very selective, and but I will dive in to the things that I am interested in.
Oh, you have to get into those Marvel movies. I'm telling you. Go watch the first Iron Man. You'll be hooked. That's the first. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I've seen them. I've seen them all. But I haven't. But nothing has made me go, ooh, I gotta learn more about that, and run out and get all of the books and that kind of stuff. But like, there are some things that, like, I may have to hand in my geek card. I have never read Sandman. So for Christmas, I went, well, that's got to change. Mm-hmm. So I bought a present for my kid and myself. I bought all the Sandman books. So I've got a box full of that whole series that I'm going to dive into when I've got several hours to be able to do it. So when I go there, I go there. But there are only so many hours in a day.
Oh my God, you're a great mother too. You're like, here, let's read some comics.
Oh heck yeah! Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Listen, my kid finally read Watchmen for the first time last year, and and I was like, okay, now we got to talk about it. What about the ending? What do you think about the ending? Always a good argument starter. My problems with the ending of Watchmen.
Did you see the movie?
I did. I was so bummed. I was disappointed because I really had looked forward to it, and there were aspects of it that I enjoyed a hell of a lot. Jeffrey Dean Morgan, the comedian.
Oh yeah,
beautiful, fabulous. But as a whole, I was kind of disappointed.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to capture that magic from the books to actually, put it on film.
Yeah. And that's a big ass, heavy duty story. I mean, there's, so many layers to that thing. So anyway, yeah.
Yeah. So yes, thank you. I think that's all I had. But like I said, I'm going to keep you in mind because I love talking to people, one, on these shows, but two, the geeks among us.
Yes.
But yes, thank you. Well,
hey, listen, you're very welcome, and thank you. This has been a pleasure.
We must talk again, but before we go, tell everybody, what are you working on now? Any projects, any social media or websites you want to push anyone to? Just anything.
Okay. You can follow me on Twitter at Hendrix Leslie. I am going to be at the Heroes and Villains / Walker Stalker Fan Fest in Chicago on the 25th and 26th of this month, so just a couple of weekends away. And right now, that's about it. That's where I'm putting and trying to get my taxes done. That's what I'm doing right now.
That's important, yes.
Real life, it does tend to kind of have to take precedence after. I've put it on the back burner long enough, and now I have to dive into it. But yeah, and just waiting like everybody else for April to roll around for Gotham to return and strapping back in for that fun ride.
Oh yeah. So everyone go see her at the con, and let's destroy Twitter when she's on Gotham. Let's just break the internet.
Do it.
All right. Well, Leslie, thank you so much for taking time.
Well, thank you, honey bun. This is nifty.
And I will send you a link to this when it goes up.
Okie dokie, Shug.
All right.
Okay.
Have a good day. Thank you.
You too, Philip. Bye.
All right, everyone. Leslie Hendrix. Let's hear it for her. I mean, great actress, great body of work even before Gotham, and now she's our head of our Court of Owls. So please send in your thoughts and how good she was, how good I wasn't during this interview. You can email us beforethebat@gmail.com. Facebook is Before the Bat, the Gotham Podcast. Twitter is @BeforeTheBatPod, and we're even on Instagram, Before the Bat. And as for me, like you heard me talking to Leslie, you can talk anything DC or Marvel with me, and, well, Walking Dead, I like Walking Dead. NightwingPDP@gmail.com. On Twitter, I am @NightwingPDP. And, yeah, if you do like DC and Marvel, I mean, there's plenty of DC here on Before the Bat. I'm also on Legends of DC with Tyler, who's here on Before the Bat, and a bunch of our friends. Channel 52. Lilith Hellfire and I have some fun things going on there. And enough said on the Marvel side. We have a ton of shows over there and a lot of good people, so check that out. And again, we have to wait till April, so we should have a few more specials coming before Gotham comes back, so check those out. Because remember, as I always say, the show may have abandoned you, but we will not. So until next time, everyone, same bat time, same bat channel, Gotham Podcast.